meditation now. Feeling fucking amazing. I believe, you understand what meditation is. Meditation is an emotional transaction through the mind and body. When people have too much emotions, that's why people do meditate, which is a common thought of thinking of a solar happy thing or something very, very positive to trigger emotional response out of it, which makes you grow as a human being. So,
hello.
People that sit there all day and do their little finger things. They think a finger thing matters. You do your little okay fingers. You sit there like a fucking idiot with your hands on your knees. You think that's meditation. And meditation, that's a form of meditation, which is a thought pattern. But what I'm talking about meditation is the stimulating of the nervous system. And I think I succeeded to figure out how, at least how it works in my way. So, that dude's really high. Because I did 2 meditations today, and one was, well, it's the same as the one I just did. It was enormous charge factor in the frontal lobes, middle lobes, and back lobes of the brain. And I literally shot enormous amount of energy down my body to stimulate muscle intensity. Of course, I know people are like, ooh, how you do that? Well, if you figure it out, you know. It's not a fucking... It's massive, It's a massive amount of stimulation. So... People that know what stimulation actually is, it's when your nervous system gets a shock. My nervous system gets a shock from it. And it's ridiculous how it feels. I'll tell you how it feels. It's like feeling like you're relieved. But anyway, it's like when you know how to express your emotions for the first time, and everything's new. Like, I'm feeling energy flow through me. I'm just sitting here and I'm sweating, and it's like it's 70 degrees. It feels cold, but I'm sweating. So I think what happened is that I'm projecting off a lot of heat in my body. Consumes a lot. I'm having issues with power with staying storage. So it's like I think about it as like Goku, for instance, or Fist or Star, how they give up a lot of what they call chi. That's the basics. Alright, we have a curve. So just like we have a set has holes. Like if you look at microscopic stuff, it sticks to her skin. Yes, it sticks to her skin because her skin has that enzyme in the way that it's a sticker. But it's honestly our Ura likes to bring in stuff like a magnet because we have electric charge going through us. But just imagine if you can expel the electrical charge by what's the word for it? It's like breathing. When you breathe out, that's how it is with the body with electrical charge. You go outwards instead of inwards. And you can go inwards too, which is, one of the things I've been trained at too. And it feels really weird. I'm really calm. I'm like super focused. Well, right now, I took like a pre-workout like an hour or two ago. That has a lot to do with the focus nut. But when I did it beforehand, when I didn't take a pre-workout and that, I felt pretty much the same way, just a little bit less focused. And it was really, it's like basic training. Sacrilegious assholes. Did I get paid for that shit? He's not. But is it my... Should I? Not through big global interest, no. When you figure out something in life, normally it's just like anybody that creates something, just like they have something to It's to believe that you have to see it. And this is hard to see. I believe that I can tighten up also by to a certain extent. I grew very, very tired. Like I just took my second shot of, EAAs with some, or almost second shot, I got a little bit left. In the last like 45 minutes. With some 25 grams of carbs nut. Because I'm scared that I might be losing mass, losing protein, because I'm just I'm pushing out so much energy that my body's wanting to consume my muscle fibers. So I've been dropping weight in that. And as of yesterday, or actually today, it's not 12 yet, that I did my first meditation. And yesterday I weighed like 235. It was 240. I dropped down to 237. I dropped down to 234, and then I went back up to 235, and then I dropped down to 233 in one day. And I was trying to figure out why. I was like, I didn't really do anything yesterday. You know, I ate the normal amount of stuff. I always have, you know, at least 100 grams of protein, a protein shake. I ate my 4 eggs. Like, nothing really changed that much. I know damn well I ate the rest. I know I ate a good amount of protein now. So I was eating my chicken breast now. Was it the meditation? Because normally I have to eat during it because it just zaps me so hard. Like, this has all been a transition. My weight loss transition is all in between 3 to 3.5 almost 2 pounds of muscle. I lost the weight first, and then I transitioned to muscle mass. I do work out, but like it wasn't as heavy as it should have been. But I would have to say it feels different. I mean, like, I'm in the mindset now that I got a lot of charge in my brain, and I am slightly pumped, but I don't feel sick. I don't feel like I have particular issues and like I had before. I went into a meditation before. I had diarrhea. I had, you know, like I was flushing my system out of something. I don't know what it was, but I was like I was sick or I had some type of sickness. So I'm trying to figure out if you're experimenting with something, especially with most people don't know exactly how it works. That's what's up. Really charged them about anything. I wasn't hungry, so I had to have so I'm trying to figure out if this is there any way that I can stimulate my muscles to grow without lifting weights? Is there a possibility of that? Because the nervous system shocks the body to move. Is there any way that I can actually shock my body enough? I got it. Probably tomorrow. If this works. Of course, not. It's been something like it. And I can change the way I think, change the way I feel, change the way I look at things. I'm definitely not the same that I was sitting here I was, 3 years ago, it was 2 years ago, 4 months last year. It feels like I'm losing a little bit of my humanity. I don't care as much about everything. It's not super filtering. It's not like massive. I'm tired of it. I believe a lot of people are average human beings. What I mean by that is people that just follow the lines. Anyone can follow a straight line if they focus. But it's the people that sit there and go beyond that line. Or they move a little faster on the straight line, or they go past the line, and they become more open. And that's what's happening now. That's what the trend is now. People are becoming more open. We're starting to grow. We're starting to see how reality is basically just stay moving. There's people out there that don't care about children. They siphon off organs, do all kinds of crazy, stupid shit. They don't think humanity is really worth anything. That's just how people are. People are true fucking haters. Surpass the normal ages of way of thinking and life. Instead, just us pursuing like money. Not gonna pursue money. It's so if people pursue that lifestyle, they believe that's all they do. I don't find that from one my entire life. Ever since I was young, I sacrificed money. I feel like I'm important. It's just purely emotional. I just want attention. Now it's the opposite. Now when I see a homeless person begging for change, I know why they're doing it. They're not doing it because they can't get a job. They can't get a job. They're doing it because that's the way of life. They use people's emotions to manipulate them to get money from them. And that's exactly how it's been going on. Because I see the same things going to place, meeting or whatever. He smiles and says, I'm homeless, give me money. And I'm like, even when they're homeless, how they do it? People think the government's treating like criminal like it is. Humanity only fails itself. That's it. We fail ourselves more than what the government gives to us. Relying on the government or relying on someone else, people think, oh, a billionaire should give me $1 million. Why? That's the first question you should ask. Why?
Are you working for them? Are you a person that can give something back that makes society better? That is what the issue is.
And we do it. You can't just do what you want to. You can't do it for helping humanity. It's already done. And then at the end of the day, guess what happens? This enormous amount of money can sway into the so if we get that essence that money is only currency, it's not a lifestyle, then life could actually be better. We have more giving because we wouldn't worry about it. We'd be like, okay, I got money. I'll make $100 million. I can give back a little bit back, help out some people. It's not about spreading the word. It's just like mine. It's like treasure. Greedy Americans are greedy to go. People from the European colony try to look for their mine and gold. They literally die for it, and that's what it is nowadays. People literally die for a little bit of extra cash, which is like outrageous cash, and they don't understand what they're actually losing. You lose a little bit of your, true humanity because you're falling victim to the emotional psychology of greed and selfishness. And yes, you could have a slight greedy conscience and selfish conscience to stay survive. You can't just give all your fucking money away and act like you're going to be salivating the fucking world. There's a lot of people that give money to use it. So you can shut this down. I'm going to shut this down. I find it very sad. You're struggling with politics and whatnot. And it's very crucial for us to get down that same road. I mean, Romans failed with it, Chinese failed with it, Alexander the Great failed with it. We failed so much with it, but we still pursue it like it's something that works. So we get out of this bubble. When's the last time you ever picked a fucking tree? hears you. It's not like it has ears. It doesn't mean you don't feel what's going on. I think it's cold. I feel cold. And it welts. It's, you know, it welts his leaves. So evidently they have some type of feeling. They didn't feel the cold in transactions wouldn't happen. Just like a human, they get cold, they get the shivers. Their body tries to vibrate itself to keep body heat up so it doesn't die. Same thing. There are people that just say that stuff are fucking morons. If we can find our way to bring ourselves back to nature, not saying bring us back to the nature of, you know, without technology. No, that's not exactly it at all. There's nothing to do with that. Technology is the the simpleness of our minds to make life easier through technology. We seem to not go through this. And that's very scary. Because life itself is not built to only one. And that's why we should ignore what people say on the news. Especially as nothing to do with nothing to say about nothing but killing and killing and killing. People die every day. If it's not you or someone that you love, you're not going to change your name by crying over someone else's death. That's all it does is mostly transaction you to be basically a coward. You're destroying your own life for no reason at all. And that's exactly what it is. So if you can find a way to mediate yourself without worrying about it, meditation is good. Change the subject. It's a it just happens. It's like trillion people that live on the planet might figure it out. Maybe. Is there a way of doing it? I don't know. I can tell you where my thoughts were at when I started. I started when I was younger. I'd say I was around about 12 or 13. I was a teenager. And I was just watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z. I always wonder, Dragon Ball Z always brings this up, and that's like if you can calm the mind and release the core, you can create energy. So you can use your own energy and be able to fly or manipulate things. I always thought like, because most shows like Star Trek have a hint of realism to them. Star Trek was made in like the 70s and that. And then, but Tesla said there's anti-gravity stuff that he done that could have been around in the fucking 1800s. 1880s. Somewhere around there. It was 19th century. And it's weird though that they kept it. And I find it kind of hilarious. Okay, the technology right now has nothing to do with it at all. I mean, yes, our wiring of our planet has a good. Well, it's funny that he figured that out. And it's funny that he gained the knowledge that no one else could gain by figuring, you know, by accepting nature and following nature's laws of physics to create what we know today as to be electricity. This was the first time that we did it. People think, oh, we're the lucky ones. Like, humanity's been around for 75 to 100,000 fucking years. You think this is the first time we and this is the biggest bullshit ever. It's very interesting. If I can figure out how to stimulate the light from electrical pulse in the system, that means that all that other stuff that people talk about has to be true. because it's something unheard of. So like people talk about all the UFOs and that and all the stuff from that. Do we have the technology for that? How do you think we got the stealth bomber? The stealth bomber, we didn't have the stealth bomber before. We got it after we gained technology to bend light. There you go. All it is electronic pulses. Or, you know, of course it's like mirrors and that, which bends light. Well, so does electricity. Electricity can bend light quite